Hey guys, Pretzelman 945 here. Welcome back to another video. Here's a type of video I haven't done in a hot minute. We're gonna do another tier list video. Now, I mentioned it on the most recent podcast episode with Seth, where we spent like basically the entire episode, minus like 7 minutes, like just talking about Persona. Um, so sorry if that wasn't your cup of tea, but it had to be done. I'm going to make a tier list of all of the confidants or social links in Persona 3. Obviously, this says Portal, but like Portable and Reload, they're both the same game, like versions of the same game, so they're all going to have the same ones. So we're just going to go with this one. Um, yeah, let's get started. Um, Also, this is also going to be kind of like talking about like just the writing quality in general, I guess. I'm not sure why certain ones are on here twice. It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. We're starting off with Kenji. I thought Kenji's was pretty good. Um, I thought it was really funny the fact that he was like fell in love with the teacher. I thought that was really, really funny. And how they talk about marriage and all this shit. And then it has a really nice message at the end about him just managing to like mature basically. I really like that, to be honest. Um and his entire personality is just fucking great. He's really funny and everything like that. So yeah, I quite enjoyed Kenji's. Um, Fuka, I didn't realize you could do Fuka as one. I'll be completely honest. I I, I straight up didn't know. I didn't know anything about the fortune telling thing, so I didn't end up doing hers. Um, Meet Suru, not great. Granted, I only did this one like 3 ranks before the end of the game, but in my mind, this is just like an infinitely worse version of Makoto from Persona 5. I feel like her overall character is just less interesting. And I think it's a little bit ridiculous that you have to max out your academics to even start this one. Um, Giri is he's fine. I think it's got a nice message, but I feel like compared to the quality of character progression in some of the other ones, it it wasn't there as much. Um it wasn't there necessarily. So yeah, it was decent. It was fine. Like not not really as good as some of the other ones. Bunkichi and can't remember if his place Mitsuru maybe. That one's amazing. This one is such a heartwarming story. Like the way that they like in a certain kind of way kind of see you as like their long lost son, I guess, and the way that you help them out by like figuring out the whole thing with the persimmon tree and then like just learning more about them there, it's just like really sweet and wholesome, and I really really enjoyed it. This was the first one I maxed out. Yukari, um character wise, fucking incredible. But just like talking about the social link was just amazing. Had some really really nice writing and further like delved into her relationship with her mother, which I really really liked. Um, and yeah, Yukari is just an amazing character. Um, uh, Miyamoto was amazing. Um, I think. In the beginning, he's a little bit of an egotistical jerk and not that likable, but I think by the end of his, he really gains a lot of maturity. And this one really feels like a genuine friendship between, like, all the secret sharing that goes on, and all this stuff, and it really feels like the development of just like a friendship of just like a straight bros. And I think Miyamoto gains a lot of maturity by the end, which is really, really well done. The hero I did not finish. I think I got it to like rank 7 or something. It's fine. I think I think like I think it was kind of interesting to see her like get over her cowardice. I kind of like that. But then like once the whole like money thing was introduced, I started to lose a little bit of interest because it kind of felt like we were just retreading ground over again. Um, but otherwise it was okay. So obviously this is the teacher, but this social link is Maya, which you play on the computer. It's like the online game thing. And then you eventually find out that she's your homeroom teacher, the one that you're playing with. This one was pretty good. I thought number one, I thought it was like I thought it was fun that it was so different from every other kind of social link in the game. Um and I think it has some really nice character progression as well. You learn a lot more about her character as well as she like, spills out about the things she doesn't really like while teaching and whatnot. Um and and the payoff scene at the end, this was by far my favorite. I laughed so hard at this, like where you talk to her and she realizes that you were like the one that was playing with her, and then like and the fact that that is like combined with the final messages in like either the rank 9 or rank 10, where like she says that she loves you but like talking about you as a student. I thought that was fucking hilarious, and just like seeing her reaction was like the best kind of payoff. I thought that was really funny. So that one was pretty good, to be honest. I'm gonna be real, I don't know who this is. I don't think it was one I did. I don't recognize it, to be real. Like it doesn't look familiar whatsoever. Um okay, next we have Yuko Nishiwaki. This one was amazing. It was really charming. I loved Yuko's personality. I think that's what really, like, drew me into this one. And like her whole thing with like, being independent and then like coaching little kids. It's just like it's really charming. And it's really fun. So I really liked it. Maiko, fucking incredible. Now I know a lot of people don't rate this one that highly, but like as I explained on the podcast episode, this one very much emotionally resonated with me to like quite an insane level, to be honest, because uh like my parent, as I mentioned in the episode, my parents divorced when I turned 7. And I feel like every stage of Maiko's thing, it feels like something that like I could relate to during that time. Like, a little kid being confused as to what's going on. Like, do their parents even love them anymore? Um, the stuff about like thinking that wasn't necessarily me, but like thinking about running away from home, just like being really confused, like just like not knowing how to cope with it. Like I very much emotionally resonate with that, which is why it's so high for me. Um, maybe, ooh, um, man, um, is he up here? It's like one of these two spaces. Um, you know what? This one was honestly incredible. I really really liked it. I thought the idea was really fun. Bebe's character progression was just amazing. Even more than Miyamoto, this one I think is the best kind where it feels like you form a genuine friendship. Um, Uh, and it's definitely like to me like one of the most wholesome up there with Bunkiji. Hanaka. This one is so random and yet it is definitely the funniest. I am gonna put it here. And the only reason it's going up there is because I found it honestly hilarious. This is definitely the funniest social link that you can do. It feels very random because you just sink 40,000 yen into this absolute loser that has such a big ego. The advice he get like the character progression is definitely more on the generic side, which is why it's not ranked otherwise super highly. But like the advice he gives you and just the overall absurdity of it, I just found really really funny. Um, Mutatsu was very charming. I really really enjoyed this one. It's like such a thing of like you just listening to him share his stories and life experiences and his regrets and like him like kind of you don't even really affect it that much, which I think is done even better. It's like most of his character progression is not really affected. It's not really you affecting him. It's like him affecting himself by him realizing what he needs to do to become a better person to be able to see his family again. I really really like that. Hayase was also really good. Um, it's another kind of thing where it's a really like human feeling story because it really feels like you form a really genuine connection. And by the way, I should point out, big tip for playing any version of Persona 3, definitely join the track team. Otherwise, you won't ever be able to get any of these. Um, so yeah, definitely join the track in this game. Anyway, Hayase I really like a lot. Because it feels very human. You learn a lot about his family struggles and how he has to like pick himself up and get through it. And the payoff of the letter he sends you was really good. The chubby kid, I did not end up doing, so I'm not gonna rank him. Akinari is by far my favorite social link in this entire game. Um, this one is just top tier. Like number one. from the beginning, it's an interesting idea for a character, like the fact that, like, he doesn't have that long to live and he doesn't really know what to do with his life. And the fact that you can become a friend of his to talk to is really, really amazing. The dialogues you have with him are like so intelligent and deeply meaningful. The story that he writes is incredibly impactful. And it's also brilliantly written when you think about analogously to the way that it applies his own character arc and progression. And the payoff at the end was just absolutely amazing. Um, by far my favorite social link in this entire game. Um, I guess honestly, I just was incredible. Like, um, when her character was first introduced, I was like, eh. Um, and then she got much better throughout the main story, but her social link is just amazing. Like, it's fucking incredible. Like, it's amazing like how much characterization she gets throughout each one. Because I'm quite familiar with this common trope of just like, uh, like a robot character like becoming human and learning about like human things and ideals and stuff like that. But this one is done really, really well. I think it's just a lot more believable, and I wished I'd had like one more day because I got it to like rank 9, but I didn't manage to max out, which just makes me feel really, really fucking frustrated. But yeah, Iris's social link was really, really good. Um, I'm just gonna move the other ones I've already done to the back. I guess move the ones that I need to do still up to the front here. I'm only gonna rank those. Okay, I don't know if the red means it's like part of your uh answer DLC, which I've only like barely just started. Um, but I don't know either of those ones, so I'm not going to rank them. Um, also, I'm not counting Ryoji. Um, I know that there's you can get like the double question mark above his head. I was just not interested in doing that whatsoever. Um, I think it's great that he was like central to the main story. Actually, I'll rank him as Pharaohs. I feel like that's fair since they're literally the same fucking character. Um, Pharaohs, it's a weird one, the way that it's like it's one of the story progressed ones, which is kind of interesting, but the friendship feels forced, but then it also has like kind of meaningful payoff. It's it's just mid overall to me. Now the rest of these are like the rest of your party members, which also have its own question mark is a different kind of like bonding experience. Gene Pace, I didn't fully complete, but it was pretty good. Um, Especially like after Chidori passes away in the story. He has a lot of good character moments, and I think he really shows a lot of maturity. Aragaki was, well, just talking about just talking about the quality of his social link thing that you can do, of like the time you can spend with him. It was amazing, honestly. Like, I think it does a great job of revealing so much more about his character and it makes his death feel a lot more paid off. Akihiko, fucking incredible, dude. Like, his entire thing was just great. Just I love learning more about him. I loved his entire personality. Um, yeah, I fucking love Akihiko. Akihiko and Yukari are my favorite like main party members from the game. Um, uh, Amada, Amada was pretty good, I think. Eh, it was meh actually. In terms of just like pure character progression, like as I mentioned in the podcast episode, like he's got one like good moment, but like besides that, like there isn't. I feel like there should have been a lot more build up for him, and I feel like this is kind of reflected in the time that you hang out with him. I don't feel like you learn very much about him. So yeah, that one kind of detracts that for me. Now Koromari is pretty good. I do like it, but a little bit better than Tanaka. Koromari's entire personality, I fucking love. The time you spend with him, it's pretty nice. He gets to like reunite with with a bunch of people, that, like said they would adopt or whatever, or kind of or like had a close relationship between him and the priest that used to own him and whatnot. Seeing those interactions paid off is quite nice. It's quite wholesome and whatnot. Um, yeah, um, I think that's probably all of them. Again, I don't know about these two. These ones are the only two that look absolutely like 0% familiar to me. Um, uh, but yeah, otherwise, this is the complete tier list. How long did this go for? 22 minutes? Okay. Nice, decently short recording. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye.